All right, welcome back to the shop, two-stroke turbo fans. You are looking at an old two-stroke car. This is a 1959 or 1960 DKW. It's titled as a 60, but I think it's a 58 or 59. This car has been in the backdrop of many of my videos, if you've been watching over the years. And I'm a little speechless because I was just thinking how long I've owned this car. I've owned this car since 1995, paid $25 for it, had no engine, was going to use it for parts, was on the back of a tow truck headed to Schnitzer Steel, which is a scrapyard here in Portland, Oregon. And I flagged the guy down, this one and the yellow one that I own, put them both in my driveway for 25 bucks delivered. They were going to be crushed, literally a mile from being crushed on the back of a truck. And I never knew how long it would take. That was 1995. These cars were sitting before then, and it took me 5 years of diligent searching to find the crankshaft to put this two-stroke engine together. It's taken a long time. I'm thinking this car hasn't been on the road for 40 years. I've owned it for almost 30, and it sat in a yard before I got it. Now, I have put the engine together with used spare parts. Let's pop the hood here for you. If I can get it open with one hand, this is always a challenge. If I can find there's the lever right there. It should pop. No, I need two hands. Let's see. There we go. So it's a 3-cylinder, 2-cycle, 900cc engine. I got the radiator hose from Brazil when I was on a trip. I've scabbed together everything you see on this car. It's leftovers and bits and pieces that I've traded and scraped to get. It's a 1000S grille, which is not correct. Porsche 356 headlight lenses, Volkswagen Beetle rings. I was able to rebuild the turn signals. The tires are Volkswagen Beetle. The brake hoses are Volkswagen Beetle. The hubcaps are bad, but they're all I've got. I painted the roof because I thought it was going to rust. I did fix the rust in the corner of the windshield, and I repainted basically from the belt line of the car up. I have plans to paint the rest of the car, but I have no bumpers for it. I have at least 5 sets of twisted bumpers, and I just can't. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. But for now, it doesn't need to drive or ride with bumpers. I found a good radiator for it. The transmission seems to work okay. Tail lights, I think I showed you. I put in LED inserts in the factory Argentina reproductions. I welded in a whole new trunk pan. Looks pretty good. Then I bed lined it. It's very dusty. I rebuilt the gas tank twice because it got a pinhole in it after I rebuilt it already once. The rear window seal is almost unobtainium, so I took and I cut off most of the rotten edge and I smoothed it down and then polished the aluminum the best I could and siliconed it, try to make it work. The floors, as you can see, I patched them by cutting pieces and welding them in. Had no floors when I got it at all. They're completely gone. These are rails that I made and painted, epoxy primered. You can see there's a patch panel here. Aviation seats, and I don't have plans for a back seat, but I fixed all the rust. The whole inside of the car was rusted, including the underside. It's all been patched. And like I said, I'm speechless because it is now to the point I think I can drive it. I have driven this car in my lot a long time ago when I got frustrated, and I put a small block Chevy in the front. I cut out some of the framework, and I had Zoomy pipes sticking up with no hood. And now I think it's licensed. It's not insured, but I think it's okay. It's a Sunday. I'm going to make an exception for myself. 40 years, this thing has not been on the road. I think it'll be okay. It's super dusty. I might wipe the windows down, get my dog to go for a ride, and put this thing on the street just to go around the block. Oh, exhaust system. So I put on a turbo muffler, and I begged and borrowed and traded for the expansion chamber, which is really hard to find, which is this big piece here. That right there. It's basically an oil extractor. It's a 3-into-1. And then I made the rest of the piping. It's been a lot of work, and I'm like not believing that I can actually take this in for a drive. Oh, it has also a Porsche clutch. It has a 1600 200 millimeter Volkswagen or Porsche clutch. So it's out of a Super. I think it's out of a 1600 Super 356 Porsche. So there's some of the technical aspects of the thing. It's old, it's beat, it was left for scrap. It had some Jaguar seats in it when I got it, and I just liked the looks of it. Had I known that it was going to take 30 years to get it running again, I don't know. I mean, I've had this thing forever. I'll never be able to sell it, but I think it's time to enjoy it. Hopefully nothing goes bad. Let me get the door open. We'll find the dog and take it for a drive. Keep going over in my mind, what do I need to fix to make this thing work? It has fuel, has brake lights, turn signals, headlights. I think we're good. Can't think of anything. I guess we'll find out. The hood shuts. Get rid of my chalk stick. Oh, there's my dog. You want to go for a ride, dog? Come on, let's go. Stella, come. It's the first time you're going to ride in this car. Come on, hop up in there. Good girl. Yeah, let's see if it starts. Oh, these seats are not that comfortable. What do you think? Are they comfortable for you? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to turn the key on. Electric fuel pump is pumping away in the back. I'm going to try to put this thing in reverse quickly so it doesn't smoke up the shop. I know it's going to. There's reverse. You got to push in. Start it up. And away we go. Whoa. A lot of smoke. It's going to be a little loud in here because we have no sound deadening. And Stella. Oh, we got no power steering. Speedometer seems to wiggle. Okay, I'll put the e-brake on here. So we don't have any gauges that work. Clock doesn't work. Fuel gauge doesn't work. Speedometer, I do believe, does work. Turn signal works one time. You want to go for a ride? Yeah, you do. So do I. Let's get out and walk around a little bit. Actually not smoking too bad. Let's get that gate open. Let's go for around the block. Let's go for a ride around the block, I should say. Oh, does that thing look good? Feels like it's going to rain any second, so we have no wipers. Stella has moved the back seat. She seems more comfortable back there, and I think we're running on 2 cylinders. It's hard to tell. Let's go around the block. Oh, I do have the, I call them strakes, or the chrome strips that go on the deck lid. I gotta polish those up. It's gonna be rattly ride because all the windows rattle. All the doors rattle. Everything rattles. Huh. I'll work on that. It sounds terrible, I'm sure. Come on up here. Hey, get up here. No, get up here. There you go. Sit in the seat. There you go. Good girl. You're like co-pilot. Rattle, rattle, rattle. Any cars coming? Oh, wow. How much smoke is it putting out the back? Speedometer is working. Oh, something's rubbing back there. Hey, let's see how good the turning radius is. Not great. Okay, gotta find reverse. There we go. And back into first gear. All right, second gear. Oh, wow. And it's funky. Whoops. Just gonna hit the neighbor. This is the first time this thing's been out in who knows how long. A long time. Oh, man. It's a bit of a crunchy ride. One of my tires is rubbing up against the brakes are good. We're still in second gear. Oh man, he's got a terrible turning race. Reverse. Seems like it runs fine. Oh, there we go. Third cylinder just kicked in. It was running on only two. So second gear. Third gear. Woo! That's the fastest she's been, 20 miles an hour. Do we dare take it on the open road? We're gonna try. Really good. Smoking a bit. Oh. There, third cylinder's kicked in again. Second gear. Wow, this thing's fast. Wow, it's got some zip. I didn't get it in the fourth gear. Okay. Let's try turn signal. Oh, brakes are a little feel unused. Holy cow. Second gear. It is spunky. I did not expect that. Okay, now we're going to go other turn signal. First gear. Second gear. This thing sings. Holy cow. Whoa, let's slow her down here, buddy. Holy moly. I was not expecting it to be that fast. Wow. Ay, caramba. What do you think, Stella? We blew the cobwebs out. Let's put the e-brake on. Oh yeah, she's a smoker. Come out of there. Wow. She's just warming up. That's the first time I've driven that thing. And I think her colors are really starting to shine. Stella, what do you think? What do you think? Huh? You got to ride the DKW. You're the first dog to ride that DKW, I think, in like 50 years. Wow, I'm amazed. I think it's a success. It's way faster than I thought it would be. I'm gonna have to look into why that's, I don't want to get that, but it is. Okay, that's all right. Haha, I'm stoked.